Sea. Sunless Sea is actually a continuation of a game that I love and have been playing for years now called Fallen London. It's Victorian era gothic horror, Cthulhu, Innsmouthers, that whole the universe is out to get you and it drives you insane and then eats you from the inside out. Very light-hearted, very casual, but still very hardcore. You don't win, you just get a little better each time. I've been playing the game for years. Literally 4 years. And now I have the chance to finally play and record Sunless Sea. I'm gonna try to do it. I do have some knowledge of this game, because I have several failed recordings of it somewhere. But we're just gonna go with new game for now. Yes, these are actual enemies you find in the game. They will kill you. They will kill you dead. Weird iron chain BDSM shark. Decades ago, in the reign of Queen Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone involved, but it opened a vast black ocean. Welcome to the Upper Sea. Yes. As you can see, there's a lot going on here. We'll get the bits and pieces of it in time. I will choose a pass now. I live in the Flying Helmsman, which is a local rough and tumble bar for sea captains. In the main game, it's a quest area. You can choose to be an ordained priest, a natural philosopher, a veteran of the campaign of '68, a poet, a street urchin. And each of these gives bonuses to a certain set of skills, which will do different things throughout the game. If you're the ordained priest, you get a bonus to hearts, healing, and morale. Now, of course, hearts, very important. That is your HP. That's sometimes how much damage you can do. Healing and morale. You need to keep your morale up, or else your people will turn on you and kill you. All of that is important. A natural philosopher. Your particular theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the neath in the cavern where London lies. And now it takes you out to sea. Yeah, it's called the Z. They're Zailers and everything. There's a whole vocabulary. Don't mind me. You'll get used to it. This is a bonus to mirrors and the skill of detection and perception. The higher your mirrors, the farther you're allowed to see. The more things you see at one time, the better you are with accuracy, blah de blah. A veteran of the campaign of '68. So, in the game, London gets dragged into the underworld by a giant Cthulhu-esque being, or set of Cthulhu-esque beings. I'm not entirely sure on that, and I've been playing for years. And it gets taken over, and they have a war with hell. Yes, literally a war with hell. Demons, they look a lot like the type of demons presented in Victorian art. You've got goats, you've got the classical archetype with the pitchforks, you've got them dressing up in Victorian-era clothes. Their model for the demoness is cute, if you ask me. And you can go around and you can dig up things from the war and sell them on the black market and whatnot. It's got layers onto it all on itself. But in this setting, You fought in the invasion of hell. You lost and you survived. You loot and pension have brought you command. So, of course, that gives you more irons. Irons being your attack stat. How much the cannon does and stuff. A poet. Educated and articulate, you seek sensation at sea. How lucky you are that you had a legacy to spend. Your long-vanished father had a rich patron, it seems. This will give you a bonus to skill and trickery and knowledge. Pages, it's basically your intelligence. But also, the higher your pages, the more experience you gain. Yes, you level up in this game. Well, in a sense. You can be a street urchin. Your gang cast you out when you grew too tall. There are roving gangs of orphans. They're aligned with the powers of hell and some of the greater Cthulhu demons. They practically run things throughout sections of the city. When you grew too tall, you took to sea rather than graduate to larger crimes. That last score was enough to buy a ship. This will give you a bonus to veils, subtlety, and evasion. Basically, make you sneaky. I prefer the poet start myself. You are a wise soul. In experience, you have intuition. And your friend, the sly navigator. He's a little vague, but he probably knows what he's doing. Perhaps you can find someone better eventually. Talk to the navigator to find out why he went to Z. You're a struggling poet. Now you're a Z captain. Your stranger quality is gone. Welcome to the world. You have 20 echoes. Echoes being the dollar substitutes portioned out in yield tiny British units like pence and pounds. You've gained 25 pages. You have one sly navigator, and someone is looking for passage. Now, why did you go out to sea? Your father was lost to Z. You never knew him, but you dreamt of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. Fulfillment. Gather 100 tales. Learn all you can. Write a masterpiece and retire. Wealth. You know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion. Servants. Fine clothing. A family, perhaps? Or a private kingdom where you establish a colony on a long-lost island. It's, not really enabled yet. They're still working on that part. I prefer wealth, myself. You can just... You can just call yourself my lady, my lord, captain, citizen, sir, them, they, he, she, it. I'll just call myself captain. This'll do, I suppose. So there's a little tutorial city here. I don't really need it. I could use a refresher on the controls, of course, but I don't need it. Basically, the game will go until you die, and then you start over. You go to where you live, in this case, the hustling and bustling bar of the Medusa. Well, not the Medusa's Head, that's the other bar in town. But anyway, you go to the bar, you're like, hey, buddy, give me the newspaper. You get some newspaper, the Khanate, which is like this pseudo Asian military power somewhere out in the sea. They're threatening to attack you. They always do, blah, blah, blah. The Undersea Papers report. A promotional coupon for Miss Plenty's provision, which is supplies. You need supplies and fuel, not ammo, in order to keep your ship going. Once you have enough money and other junk, you can upgrade this. Terror. This little skull here. You're gonna get a lot of terror. Like I said, this is a Cthulhu game. If the monsters don't kill you, they will give you nightmares that will kill you. And, well, that's that. You must constantly balance the needs of your crew, the needs of your ship, the needs of your mind and your body, and all that other stuff, and try not to die. Let's go to London, shall we? There's mushroom people, and one of them wants to come aboard. Yeah, I'll get me a mushroom person sidekick. We'll visit the Admiralty's office. They'll pay for information if you find something useful. Hey buddy, you got any, you got anything you need? And they want me to go to the Misery Company Funging Station, or Funging Station. I never really knew how to pronounce that. They want me to go on this this little island here, and they want me to check things out, you know? You can never be too careful. There's a chance that the port will actually be taken by pirates, and that's not good for anybody. No, that's all we need here. Visit the university. If you have, stuff, you can do that. Carouse in the Wolfstack docks. If you can pay for a night off, it'll heal you, it'll take away some of your terror. You'll feel better-ish. Hire more crew. You can use your heart's charisma to see if people will actually get onto your ship. Here we go. Offer passage to a tomb colonist. Tomb colonists are people that are technically dead. They're mummies, basically. And, like, down here, things don't die. They just get worse. And when you get too bad to live in normal society, they ship you off to a leper colony. And who's the passenger that wants to go somewhere? There's a guy who wants to go to Gator's Morn. Okay, fine, I'll pick him up too. This is what's in your inventory. I have 10 fuels, 6 supplies, and a tomb colonist. I have some recent news. I am the captain of my own fate. This is your hard mode right here. You can get rid of this and like make it easier to play, but you don't unlock anything good, so I'll be keeping that. So this is your journal. This tells you where you are, what you're doing, what you've got. Your officers, the Sly Navigator here, your mascot. You can talk to him. As you can see, he's not in a very good mood. I'm gonna play with the ferret, and he says, "Play," that eye roll says. "Play, I once played in the warrens of London before you installed me in this floating coffin and made me eat dried food. Damn your play!" Yes, basically everything in this world is intelligent. Rats, hamsters, ferrets, mushrooms, Cthulhu-esque demons. They're all alive. They all want something from you. But, of course, you can only have one officer at one station at a time. And I'm going to put my Blemming navigator, Gallivanter, and I'm going to put him in charge here. And I'm going to talk to this guy. It has made its home on a shelf in the cabin. It's built a nest from loose journal pages, the engineer's scarf, and a map it stole from somewhere. You can see the indentation of a porthole on the rim of its cap. Must have been pressing the face of the window again. I think it's bored. So, yes, you talk to it. And it's like, oh, hey, let's play a little game with the mushroom. The Blemming falls and squirms as you tickle it. Its high-pitched warble is almost certainly giggling, you think? When you stop to check that you're not actually hurting it, it wraps its tendrils around your finger and pulls your hand back. Apparently it likes it. So yes, I have a pet sentient mushroom. Shops, we don't really have any money. We don't really have any need for any of this, but like, you can buy crap, you can sell crap, you can trade crap, you can crap. And, of course, the shipyard, where you can buy and sell ships. Right now, I have the basic standard cutter. How am I doing on time? I feel like it's been a while. Yep. Not actually long enough to go anywhere. Great. Well, you know what? We'll just head off here. So, get in your ship. Get in your ship. Press E. And oops. So I accidentally put full steam on twice. There it is. It's W to speed up. So yeah, shouldn't have done that. My bad. Sorry guys. Didn't mean to cause an explosion that nearly blew up half the people on the ship in the first 5 minutes. I'll do better next time, I promise. As you can see, the fuel is going down. Right up there in the corner, the little fire symbol. The hunger is going up. When it hits the midpoint there, you'll feed everybody, and then that'll be good. The skull over there is terror. That's how scared your people are getting. But you can stop in at any old port. That's not what I meant to do at all. Stop. This is Mutton's Island. Mutton's Island, the Quaker's Haven. You can have a look around. This fisherman here, this fisherman and a bunch of shady pirates are sitting down by the beach. They're getting drunk and they're practicing riddles. I can have a go at it if I want to spend $1. Yeah, sure, why not? And I failed. But I still got experience. These fragments of lore, or a scrap of lore as it's called, is your experience. You get so many little pieces of experience, you get a secret, and you use secrets to upgrade your character. Like I said, they have a little bit of a leveling system here. So that's done. I'm gonna chat with the locals. And now I have a port report. Because, you know, you need to... You need to report things. I'm not gonna buy anything, not gonna pick up a cat. That's what the Wretched Mog is, it's a cat. Normally I'm a cat person, but I'm afraid the stories I like involve not having a cat. So we're off again. You toggle the lights, it'll make you harder to see, but it'll make your people go crazy faster. Oh, by the way, you don't have a map. You only add sections to the map as you go. And when you die, that can be a very bad thing. So we're gonna sail around for a bit, and hopefully I don't miss my guess. Well, here's another port here. I've gained a secret. I've discovered the Auburn Gates and the Cuamen Canal. Or is it the Common? I've discovered a harbor and a bunch of other junk. This still isn't the place we were looking for, but might as well stop in for a drink. Go to the staging area. What's everyone talking about in this here place? This is a prime spot for a wine shop or a pub. They don't set that sort of thing up here due to the local laws. There are half legal shops, like in little ships, like moonshiners around here. This is also the place where people from the surface can come down here, so there's a few people trading, like there's a French guy over there, there's a Bavarian guy over there, and I have a tale of the surface. If you get news from like the surface or the spy rings or whatnot, it'll show up as an item. You need those, trust me. Let's gather a port report. And away we go. It's not necessarily safer to turn your lights off all the time, but I do. Oh-ho! Here we go. This is an enemy. You've got to get it in your light just enough so that you can shoot it. And then when it's in your radius, you shoot it. In the meantime, you've got to bounce around and try not to let it hit you, or you hit it. Just gotta try and juke him a bit. One more shot and he's good and bought and sold. Or eat. You can't eat these things. No. You got out of my firing arc too quickly. Now I have to turn the ship around. There, I got him. You can scoop it up and see what you can get, or you can watch the oil colors fade. And as is the colors fade, the cap does look a lot like a woman's face, and it dissolves in a macabre, smeared portrait. And now you have a sea story. And those are important, because you can trade that for stuff. Oh. All clear, boys. Let's get the heck out of here. See, you don't have a map, so you're kind of sailing blind. I have a general idea because I've played this game before, but some stuff will switch around. It's random like that. Or, if you want a little hot and cold, you can use a Z-Bat. In that case, the Z-Bat will fly off and be like, oh hey, there's land over there. Or there's land over there. But there's no land over here, so... I think that's the land I've already got. Moody's Light. We found a lighthouse, but it's not a place we can land. Darn, the fog is thick down here. And I mean that as in thick with 2 C's and a K. Here we go. Demux Island. The Iron Co. and Misery Funging Station. This is that place that the Port Authority wanted me to spy on. Voila. So basically this is where London gets all its mushrooms from. Because, you know, you can't grow crops underground. There's no light. So you have to grow mushrooms for it. So I give the password to the guy, and he's like, okay, here's your information. And now I can take that back home. I can talk with the boss. The guy who owns the island. I can just be like, hey man, you want to chat? And he's like, okay. So you sit on the veranda of the factor's house, looking over the jungle, an expanse of green and gold. The air is thick with spores. The scones are stale, and even the tea smells like mildew. But he is good company. He shares old stories about the ice and roses of Irene, the monstrosities of the Sea of Lilies, and the little restraint in Vanderblight where he enjoyed most extraordinary seafood. He also has a load of food crated aboard your ship. I've eaten so much of the stuff, I fear I have transformed entirely into a fungus. Ha ha ha! That's actually something that can happen in-game. Be careful. So my terror went down. My people feel better. They've had a bit of a break. I've done everything I can do here. I've got some extra food. I've got a hint of where to go when I get the Vanderblight. I can go to some shops. Yeah, I might as well get some fuel. Get some supplies. Yeah. Hello. My ship is in really bad condition. Like, as you can see down here on my speed board with the numbers on it, my hull is 34 out of 75. Like I said, sorry lads, I seem to have misclicked. But that's okay. That's okay. We made it to the island we were supposed to make it to. And we're still alive. Which is the good news. The bad news is we need to get where we're going and still be alive. Which is more difficult than you would like to think. Like I said, if you start playing the game, your map will be slightly different from mine, so I can't tell you exactly where things are. But I've played enough of this game to have enough knowledge to be able to tell you about that. So, just making my way back. Now, I'm skirting around the edges of what I understand to be land, so that I might actually find something new, because, you know, it's better when you can find some of that. The crab cake aisle. Get some experience for that. Just go as far as you're comfortable with. No reason to try and get yourself killed. This is a light ship. This right here. And if you dock with it, you have a chance to chat with the crew. And it's like, you can buy fuel if you need it. It's about the same price as anywhere. But you can buy some, well, it's not gas, it's coal. This is Victorian times, you know. It's coal. But you can buy some coal and be on your way. Or, if you have recent news, like maybe the newspaper from back home in London, you can give it to these people, and they'll take away some of your terror and give you a C story, or a Z story. So, yeah, good trade. Nothing else to do up here. Nope, not that button. So, see you guys later. We have a random event. A chunk of grit baked in your ship's biscuit. You crack a tooth and curse. Your crew chuckle, but when the object turns out to be a diamond. Small and flawed, but a diamond. Diamonds are sacred to stone, one says. Give it to the Z, Captain. It'll be good luck for us. So, here's the thing. There are 3 separate gods of the Z. There's stones and wind and somebody else. If you please these gods, there's a chance they might help you. Well, a chance is better than nothing. So, I've lost some terror because I did the thing the crew wanted. And now the god's like, oh hey, you believe in me. Alright, I'll consider that for future reference. And voila. We're on the way again. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a place right up here. Hunter's Keep. This is the place, alright. It's a very lonely existence out here in the dark. But as we dock with the Hunter's Keep, there are 3 sisters who live here, but they're possibly demonic made, we're not sure. In the main game, they provide you like high-tier resources or mid-tier resources, but in this game, you actually get to talk to them. So, this is my first time at the island. I can try to spy on them. I can check the place out, walk in the gardens, or just knock on the door, see what happens. I'm a spy on shit. You peer through the window into a grand parlor. A little reduced in style. Nobody's cleaned it. There's a woman playing a piano. And a fair-haired sister. A third is sitting by the fireplace, staring into the fire. Apparently they're going to go hungry, and then someone's gonna die. They might have seen me, but now I got the extra experience from spying on them. That's why I did it. Experience. Nothing wrong is going on here. I'm just trying to finish the quest. We reconnoiter the island for a few points, and then we'll knock on the door. So now I know them, and I can talk to them. We can talk to Cynthia, the eldest, melancholy and pensive. We can talk to Lucy, the middle sister, sunny, restless, and giggly. We can talk to Phoebe. The voice is soft and unpredictable. We don't have any news to give them because I traded that off to the ship. Let's have a chat with Cynthia, shall we? We've gained terror. We've gained a tale of terror. We've gotten extra supplies. We are now acquainted with the Sisters of the Hunter's Keep. Our hunger stat has been reduced to 0, so no need to feed the crew anymore. And now we have the god Salt's attention. So the god of stone is watching on us, and the god of salt is watching on us. That could be useful. No way to know. And now we must get our asses back to Mars. I mean Spain. I mean London. I'm sorry, London. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. No need to burn all the fuel at once, keeping the lights on, yada yada. And of course, London is right down here. It's not a fast game. It's not really grindy, but if you know where to go and what to do, it can be a bit easy. Just pull up here. Technically, I could conserve more fuel by going it slower. But then you'd just be here longer and have to listen to me talk, and that's no fun. But yeah, that's basically a short run in this game. Dock back in London and be like, "Oh hey, what's up? Did something happen while I'm gone? Something has changed underneath. Something would like the sun on. That's all for now. You have one free evening. You can visit the Rose Market." Let's see. There's a bunch of stuff to do here, but we're gonna go back home. Take a nap. Rest in a room. Get rid of our terror. We're gonna read the newspaper. Get some free supplies. We're gonna go to London. Gonna visit the Admiralty's office. Hey, I went to Hunter's Keep the other day. Boy, are they crazy. They gave us some stuff. We've got some fuel. We've got some favors. They paid us a bit. Well, you know, I was at the Cuman Canal the other day. They gave us some money and blah, blah, blah. Quaker's Haven. Oh, so you've been there and you've done that, huh? Good for you. I have that strategic information you were asking about. Oh, you have the information, huh? Come in, come in. Tell me, what do you got? You're ushered into the office of the main Mason's Prior, a cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across the desk. Ah, yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. And I'm like, oh, hey, I got this information you wanted. He's like, oh, good. He looks at the report. He's like, this is good enough. Here's your money. Now get out of my office. And you can be a bit sneaky and be like, hey, what do you need, buddy? And he wants us to go to Port Cecil in the Principles of Coral and check up with one of their agents there. And now we can go back to the docks and fix our ship. It'll cost us $75. But hey, at least we aren't going to sink anytime soon. Know what I mean, Vern? Good, good, good. So, yeah. That's one day's run for a game of Sunless Sea. And I'll see you guys next time, I suppose.